His name is okay. His name is Nugget. We're gonna count that as a half question because that's but I'm glad you asked it. You still gotta take a nugget, but we're gonna take one last question. There was one more down here, right here. Okay.
Good evening, weirdos, and welcome to Total Recall. It's a special episode. We're going to be recapping Fantastic Fest 2024. I am your host, Jethrobot. With me is the Wizard. You just saw a video of the Wizard enjoying a veggie nugget live on stage at said Fantastic Fest. Wizard, how are you doing?
A veggie nugget delivered down Paul McCartney's nugget slide.
Yeah.
You may have noticed Stevie Wonder was also on the stage.
Yes. If you couldn't tell, that was obviously Stevie Wonder on stage with Total Recall's very own Wizard. So, okay, thank you. I'm not sure what I'm doing there. I'm not sure how that works. All you've done is confuse me. Okay. So we have actually some special friends with us. They also were hanging out with us all week at Fantastic Fest. For those that don't know, Fantastic Fest, festival that takes place every year here in Austin, Texas. It's 8 days of genre, sci-fi, horror, action, stuff from all over the world, you know. And that is, you know, actually where I met the Wizard. The Wizard and I had mutual friends, and we just kept running into each other. And after a couple of years, we were like, all right. Like that.
I guess we're going to hang out together from now on.
From now on.
That's what weed and movies will do for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I highly, highly recommend. So now we're going to bring out a couple of weirdos you've never seen on this show before, because they are also friends that I have made at Fantastic Fest, and they're here to talk. They were here this year, and they're here to talk about their year that they had as well. We're going to have some slides and stuff too, guys. Don't worry. But anyway, this is my friend Devin. He's not really the greasy strangler, although he's kind of pretty convincing. Devin, how are you doing, man? The big Debowski.
Excited to be here and get our greasy nugget, fried, breaded, golden, square ball game on.
Sweet. I like that attitude. I'm not sure I like all those adjectives, but I like that attitude. Okay. And we also have our friend, the Gretch. What? Getch. Getch, the Gretch, man. Is your name Gretch? No. Okay. No, yeah. All right. Don't give me that permission.
No, okay.
This was actually Getch's first Fantastic Fest in a few years. You've been going every year for a little while, and then you took some time off.
Yeah, I sure did. I was like there from like number 3 or 4 and up to 17. So, you know, from like 07 to 17.
Nice.
And then I took a few years off, you know, experienced actual life for a while and
boring.
Returned back
stupid,
to fantasy world.
Pointless.
Like, yeah, what am I getting out of this other than another year gone, you know?
Yeah. Well, we were so delighted that you came back. And
oh, it was awesome.
Yeah. Glad that you've got somebody's attention with your greasy hat. So, well, the slides that I've prepared for this evening are the movies that I saw. So, I know you guys saw some movies I didn't, and, you know, that's gonna, you know, you're not going to have slides for those movies. You're going to have to describe what you saw in minute detail. But wait, where I got some photos of the movies that I saw too. But to set the stage for everyone, the way that this works is you get 5 slots a day, and you get to pick what movies. Well, we're all VIP or cult, and
Not
except
me.
for Getch. No, Getch was fan, so you came back as fan. The difference
Absolutely.
is,
You know, it's
yeah, if
I'm
you're
not
super
gonna
fan,
put too
yeah,
much
just went
in
with
it until
whatever,
I see
right?
it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I didn't have a bad experience at all. I got to see everything I wanted to, essentially,
Mhm.
other than some secret screenings, which, I would have rather seen what else was showing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Jethrobot says that there's 5 screening times,
Mm-hmm.
at each screening time there is typically at least 5 choices that you can attend. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of variety. There's no way to see everything.
No, it's impossible.
Oh no,
Nope.
impossible.
Yeah. In fact, I kind of wonder like which of the past festivals have the films I've seen the most, because you usually see at least a few films after the fest that you didn't catch during the fest.
No doubt.
And some of these movies that we're going to be talking about, look at this guy. My record is 37.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah.
That's the max that you can do. I didn't do
Exactly.
37 this year. I skipped one screening to go to bed early. And then I'm going to be honest with you, I don't consider 4 episodes of a TV show a movie, or 3 episodes of a TV show a movie. So I saw 35 movies, and I saw a 36 screening of something that was not a movie, which isn't that unusual. Last year we saw Malcolm McDowell live and in person, talking about his career with Leonard Maltin and Leonard Maltin's daughter. Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sorry, I forgot your first name, Miss Maltin. But
Jesse.
Jesse Maltin. Okay. And yes, let me just tell you. Oh, it's Kevin. Hey, Kevin.
Oh hey.
Hey. All right.
Definitely.
So we got some friends in the audience as well. That's wonderful.
There was only one year where you could do more than 37. They had one year, and Mick will remember this because we both started that festival the first Thursday with Enter the Void.
Yep.
But they did a 10 a.m. round showing. Was that 2009?
I don't remember exactly.
2009.
But that was the only year where there was a 5-8 day, except the final day was 4 slots. Because remember, they used to do one movie while the party was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even 5. That was the only year you could do more than 37. 37 is like astronomical.
Yeah,
I did 40 that year because I did a press screening too.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, the only year I never hit that, but I hit 38 one year, and that was 2 press screenings. I went to Trick or Treat, which I had not planned on seeing, and yeah, that was a surprise. I went in the mood for a horror anthology that year, and I was blown away.
But geez, I couldn't do that anymore. I couldn't do 37 this year. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm. Old.
I'm old. I'm tired. I work with children.
Well, I feel like I did really well this year. There have been years where I've just freaking slept, or gotten too drunk each day. And
so
yes, you barely even remember what the movies are.
At least that's real.
Yeah, thank you, Excelsior, for setting it straight. Oh, that's okay.
We both did that at the same time.
Yeah. 2 directors, 2
awesome.
producers, yeah.
That, by the way,
2010. Yep.
My favorite first movie of the fest of any year, because it really set a tone.
It was so good, and like you didn't like
the graphics.
Yeah, and you didn't like even if you've seen a Noe film before that, you didn't know that he was going to do that with the credits, and it's super in your face. The entirety of the credits all at once in this like super loud crashing disco. Yeah,
it was like blowing up on Molly or something, or ecstasy.
The DMT. He starts smoking DMT. But the opening credits, that was probably
Oh,
the best opening
Yeah.
film moment of the fest for me. That was
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
balls to the wall.
By
Yeah.
far.
So every year for Fantastic Fest, Wizard comes to Austin. He crashes at my house. I've lived in this house now for over a decade. We've been doing this a while. And the way our mornings work is we just wake up, get coffee in us, like, some food, and then we are preparing for our first movie, leaving the house at 10:30, and then we're getting back at the house sometime between 1:30 and 2:30 a.m. at night. So you get that much sleep, and then you got to wake up, and sometimes you see a late movie, and you're like, man, it's like 2:30, and then you have it, and then the next day the movie's 10:30 a.m. So you have to consider that sometimes when you're scheduling stuff. Like you don't want to
Especially
kill
when you
yourself.
run out of energy, either early or late, and it's like you stay and you see the movie, and then it's like, what was that all about?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
It's
Correct.
you got to really conserve your energy and pace yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're eating right.
That's right. Well, we've gotten a complaint already about the eyeballs, so I'm going to go ahead and bring the slides out. This year,
muscle placement.
My festival started with this man right here. He's the director of Cloud. Please feel free to correct me because his name is escaping me, but he's the guy who directed Pulse.
The Cure.
Or
Cure.
From way back in the day. Yeah, from way back in the day. He directed Pulse. Last year they showed Door, which was like his first movie. They showed that as a retrospective. It was just recently, revisited. So yeah, let's do that. Boom! There we go. That's even better. Now there's no more eyeball. So you are welcome, Barbara.
Peace has been restored.
Yeah. But this guy's, there we are. Kiyoshi Kurosawa. That's him. Thank you very much, Wizard. And he's great. And his new movie, which is called Cloud, is about this guy here who starts out as just an internet reseller. And then, as you can see, things start to go awry. It's a pretty slow burn, really nice character development. And then the entire third act is just one kind of, can you say dry shootout? Like it's a long, protracted shootout that's very exciting, intense, but it's also kind of mellow, Jenny, have you guys see Cloud?
Yeah, I think the third act, it's heightened by the fact that we're obviously dealing with people who aren't professionals. This is not what they usually do. So yes, you're right, it's intense, but at the same time, they're largely also not inept, but not self-assured and accurate 100%.
Right. Yes.
And definitely not apt, to be honest.
Exactly.
We may not be inept, but you're making some mistakes, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. He kind of tells himself that everything he does is on the up and up. And then it's clear that he knows he occasionally is selling shoddy products. But he eventually, pisses off enough people that he's not just on the internet anymore. Now he's pointing guns. So, way to go, buddy. You guys, yeah. And then my next movie of the day was Ghost Killer from the director of Baby Assassin 1, 2, and 3. So
I loved this movie, and as I think back about it, I think I love it more.
Yeah. I didn't think about it too much during the festival. It was early on, and it's a Thursday, so Thursday is kind of a day where I'm drinking, more heavily than other days. So It may be, and you know, and it's like a really fast-paced comedic action movie. You know, it's good stuff. I just don't remember
How
maybe
did it end?
as well as how did it end?
Yeah,
We're not
exactly.
we're not. Come on, I know
Not
how
gonna
it ended.
spoil it.
I'm not gonna
We're not
not
gonna
gonna spoil
I
it.
enjoyed
We're not gonna
it a lot.
spoil it.
The action
but I know how
But
it
sequences-
I'll say two things. Your first day of the fest, it's kind of harder to gauge movies because you really don't know where the high and low watermark is in the fest yet for that particular year. One, but two, I only saw Baby Assassins 1. I didn't see 2 or 3 because I really enjoyed the first film, but I thought it was kind of a one-note pony, and I got the joke, I dug it, but I didn't need more of the same. I thought that this was a lot. This just was coming at things from it's nothing new under the sun, even in comparison to Baby Assassins, but it's got more characters in it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just got a lot more characterization. It's poking around a bit more. It's fun. It's fun. It's a fun ride.
Yeah, these guys are great. Basically, she finds the bullet that killed him. He is a ghost.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And since she does so, and he's a hitman who wants revenge for, you know, his own death, he can manipulate her. And that causes her to become, like him, a kick-ass fighter.
Yeah, basically he possesses
Possession.
her.
Yeah.
He possesses her. She becomes a meat puppet.
Mm-hmm. And then
Well-
afterwards, she complains about how much fighting hurts your knuckles and your back and your head and your guts. It's tough on your guts.
Yeah, you take those full strength sidekicks or whatever. Again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Did
could
you
I
see-
could very easily revisit this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
for
definitely revisit it. Definitely.
And that's why I'm broad stroking around is that it's got a
Mhm.
lot of the same themes and plotting as the Baby Assassin movies, but it kind of paints around it in a different way. Like for instance, that she is actually not in shape to do the things she's doing.
Right. Yeah.
And there's a conceit for that, and there's ramifications for that, and there's other characters, right, side characters who add other little layers. It's like I say, it's not a complex thriller. It's not psychological nuttiness, but it really, I think, it explores the whole ideas that are explored in Baby Assassins a more just to a different angle.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot about, we can keep some totaled scores here. So for Cloud, I personally say I recommend you seeing it. I don't necessarily recommend you seeing it totaled. I think probably the clearer head, the better for that particular film. Ghost Killer, I also recommend it. And just go ahead and go in as wasty as you like, as far as I'm.
Enjoy.
What do you guys think? Is everybody kind of there with me?
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
everybody
so.
just-
So,
disagree.
yeah, they're both other than Cloud.
I was certainly high,
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
but
I mean,
I always am.
that's more the context of the fest, is that you can find all four of us around the corner more often than not.
On the south side.
Okay,
Leading
and
south side.
so that leads us to
Well,
this guy.
Oh,
Do you know
yes.
this guy? Who knows this guy?
I learned to know him.
Yeah,
Cheryl raised her hand.
she raised it. She knows that guy. If you saw Terrifier 2 and you were like, what I really like about this movie is that, they did some weird stuff and some kind of like, not just funny, but bizarre things.
Yes.
If that was what you liked best about Terrifier 2, there's a good chance you're going to be disappointed with Terrifier 3. Now, it's funny to say that, though, because no one's ever disappointed with the Terrifier movie. All it has to do is kill people, and it does, with aplomb. In fact, The gore is exceptionally well done in Terrifier 3. There's several very, very good, disgusting set pieces. Yeah. What do you guys think? Did you see Terrifier 3?
I sure saw it.
You saw it? What'd you think?
There was no clown cafe.
No clown cafe, exactly.
And I was disappointed. That was my
Yeah.
favorite part of Terrifier 2.
Mhm.
See, this is my first venture into Terrifier series, so I went in.
This was your
expecting
first
the worst.
Terrifier. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I
Well,
haven't caught
It had
any.
a lot of high notes, and like you say, they were rather bizarre and/or inciting in a way.
Yeah. Well, Excelsior has given us an inside scoop on. He's a volunteer for
yes,
the
I saw
festival,
him
so he's
at the-
given us giving us some insider. But yeah, I saw the Terrifier guy. Did you guys see him?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was dedicated. Like I applaud that
Yeah.
dedication.
That shit's got to be uncomfortable. But yeah, I mean, as far as recommending Terrifier 3, and this was like,
It looks like he's trying to pinch one. I understand.
If you're looking for anything more than this guy kills people in a really gory way, and it is very well done from a special effects angle.
Yeah.
And
that's all
killing
you're
is
getting.
like nature's laxative, apparently.
The story is an afterthought. It's
The filmmakers themselves come from special effects world, and that
Yes.
mean
That's what it
it's great.
is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's how we get John Wick. That's how we get so many things when stuntmen, special effects
Oh, yeah.
artists. It's how we get Mad God, right? Which it's kind of great to let every once in a while the lunatics run loose in the asylum.
Yeah. It's
See what they do.
yeah, it's how we get, a lot of like the films that wind up showing at the festival, because it's a stunt person, or it's a special effects artist or something. And I think it's pretty cool that Damien Leone feels comfortable now hiring other folks to do gore, and the effect is obvious in this one. I've seen all 3 Terrifiers, and I can tell you that the gore here is the best of the 3. It's pretty remarkable.
For all you Axe fans out there.
Yeah, but that's about it. It really takes a step back in everything else, Like first Terrifier, not really about anything at all. Second Terrifier introduces lots of fun little ideas and stuff. Third Terrifier just keeps some of those ideas, but not all of them, and terrorizes kids. This was the first of several movies I saw this year where I was like, is that legal with kids? A kid actor, can you legally do that? There was some shit in Terrifier 3 where I was like, I don't think they're allowed to do that.
Oh, now I almost wish I'd seen it.
Okay.
And it's Christmas.
Here's one thing I love about Terrifier. And I don't love Terrifier necessarily, but we've seen 3 movies, not counting All Hallows Eve, which he is also in.
Yeah.
Tell me his backstory.
Right. Yeah.
See, that makes it
Where
more
did he come from?
mysterious
Who
and
is he?
unknown.
Why is he doing this? There's no fucking clue.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't go to this movie for that, and I'm glad they're not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting that they have no backstory really to fill you in, or let alone,
Evil clown. People
where's he
die.
from?
Done. That's all you need.
He's an alien. It'll be Art in space, Art the Clown in space before you know it. Space Evil Santa.
Yeah. Well, I just want to add.
Also, if you're a wrestling
go
fan,
ahead. Mm-hmm.
Chris Jericho is once again in Terrifier 3.
And he was at the festival.
And was there.
Yeah. So some folks got some Chris Jericho selfies and such. So
all right.
I did not, because I
okay.
don't want to.
People have to use the restroom occasionally.
I have a tendency not to approach the celebrities. It's not
I'll
just
take a
because.
snap.
Yeah, it's not just because I'm shy. I'm also
Respectful.
full of anxiety. Okay.
Celebrities hang
Moving on.
out at Fantastic Fest because people leave them the hell alone.
Sometimes.
Mostly. With one exception that you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, I am really happy to be bringing to the stage our friend from T-Pins, producer T of Nerd. What? I can't read it all. What is it?
It's running off the screen.
It's excellent. Whatever it is. It's so good to have you here.
Nerds at
Thanks
night.
for popping
Nerds
in.
at night. Just put it in the chat before.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Nerds at Night. Nerds at Night. And aren't you going to be taping that here in the near future?
Yeah, in the next hour, I believe.
In the next hour, yeah. Well, we were just talking about Terrifier 3, and I did go to the. I did see some of Max Sabbath. Anyone else see some Max Sabbath?
Man, I wanted to, but I was like getting out of a film, and it was like I didn't even. And I tried to go in there, and it was just pouring out the doors.
Yeah, the highball. I tend to avoid the highball, especially in those things. As much as I wanted to see it, it's too packed. It's too tight. It's too full of COVID.
Well, I mean, since they got rid of the lobby, which I completely understand, the festivals there 1 week a year, 8 days a year. It doesn't really matter the rest of the year. The highball's taken a lot of that overflow. And yeah, in the past, obviously, it could get crammed opening night. But the past couple of years it's sardines.
But the little bit I saw of Max Sabbath was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
What they play?
Hanging at the door was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I was working doors, so I was like inside, like right there, while people wouldn't stand in front of me, and I could see the whole thing. So I got a pretty good view of the show.
Nice.
What I basically learned is I don't need to see a whole show of Max Sabbath. Just
go to YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shitting on him or anything, but I just don't need to see a whole set of Max Sabbath. I think probably good. All right,
2 or 3 songs.
So that was day one. Day one starts late. You get 3 movies, but man, we did 5 movies the next day. It started with this man right here. I gotta tell you, I mean, there's a lot of things about this movie that I forgot, but the lady from the circus, who's not in very many movies, she's a knockout, man. She was I don't remember her at all, but I was very enamored.
She's a knockout.
Yeah. I'm staring at her right now, as a matter of fact. Someone else talk.
Valeria Golino, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. And I had totally forgotten that Chris Christopherson was in this movie.
Yeah, and he was alive when we saw it. We watched this
when he first came on screen, I'm like,
hey, wow, yeah, he did.
In my brain, I actually said, "Who's that Chris Christopherson looking motherfucker?"
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, that's really him.
Yeah.
Was he a sailor?
He was not. That was a different movie.
Was he like a ringmaster or something?
He was the circus owner and the ringmaster.
I've not seen it since it hit the theaters originally.
Nor had I.
Yeah.
Nor had I. And it held up a lot better than I thought it would. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought it would.
Once again, a movie with a heart.
Nowhere close to Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
No, but I've got to say...
That was the problem at the time. I'm sure I'd love it more now, honestly, than, fresh out of Pee-wee by a couple of years. Big Adventure.
I think it benefits from hindsight for sure, and I was actually kind of expecting it to suck because that's sort of what I remember about it from when I was younger, is that it's not very good. And
it's
actually
Pee-wee Herman.
It's pretty fun, and maybe that, and also you felt weird about him having romance.
Uh,
And a talking pig.
I fucking love the talking pig. What's
Talking
weird?
pig was kind of awesome.
What's weird is that the pig doesn't talk at first, so they kind of just drop it on you like after you've already met and hung out with the pig. It's a total surprise.
Oh, and by the way, I talk.
Yeah,
I speak 7 languages.
it's weird.
Barb, I would give this totaled. It is
Oh,
totaled.
yeah.
You should go back.
Definitely.
sure.
Yeah, you should definitely revisit Big Top Pee-wee.
So was this from a 4K release or?
It is, yeah. It's
man. So
yeah.
I'll buy it on UHD if they put it out. No problem.
Yeah,
But
And they
coming
gave
out.
us an enamel pin for going.
I saw
That's
that somebody was
right,
showing it
they
off. It's
did,
like, oh
yeah.
man,
You got a Pee-wee face.
The Fall, if you want to remaster when that gets released, go see The Fall.
Go see.
As
Yeah,
well.
I missed the Fall. That was retro. I didn't see.
It's going to be in theaters. If correct me if I'm wrong, like the 14th through the 16th at draft houses, at least limited ones around the country. New 4K remaster. It is just take a lot of tissue. It's awesome.
oh gosh.
It was a tearjerker. We had some at the festival this year. We'll get to those. Hell, you might have felt something for Pee-wee. Okay, then was
Oh gosh, yeah.
Getaway. Did you guys see Getaway? That's
Yes.
Nick Frost there. Nick Frost's new movie. He made this like concurrently with that weird TV show movie that's coming out. Like they made them back to back.
And he showed up at the festival, right?
He was there.
Yeah.
He's got sleeve
Yeah.
tattoo. He's got
I just-
sleeve tattoo.
That's always the one thing I
Yeah.
always hate about Fantastic Fest, when some of these just celebs just sneak by me.
Yeah,
I would love to have a conversation with just be sneaking by me all the time.
but that's because
I
they go
didn't-
in it. They go in and out the back door. You know.
Yeah, Nick
Like
didn't
this-
hang out to my knowledge. I didn't see him hanging around at all.
No, not at all. No.
No,
Yeah,
he came in a Fonz
Yeah. He
black
bounced.
sedan and
Yeah.
left the same way.
Yeah.
PRB
But
guy.
this was satisfying. This was fun. I dug it. I don't want to give away too much because
Yeah, it's
coming
a
out.
hard movie
Yeah.
to talk about.
Yeah.
There's not much you can say except it's a fun ride, and
Yeah.
I mean I've said that twice now, but
Mhm.
But,
yeah, everything you need to understand the film without going in knowing anything is
Mhm.
slowly handed to you,
Yeah.
and then the last act is just the thrill ride. It's
Yeah,
great.
and I love all the stuff where it's like he has all these warnings not to enter a horror movie, and he's just like, nope, me and my family are going into a horror movie. There's no way you can talk us out of this,
It's
that
I mean,
stuff was-
okay,
that
it is
stuff was
very
really
close
fun.
to, hey, y'all are gonna go be the Wicker Man.
Yeah.
there was literally something I was about to say,
Only with a
and
Scandinavian
I
twist.
realized
Yeah,
that's a spoiler.
yeah.
Not really a spoiler, but kind of.
Yeah,
Not much you
just
can say with this.
Well, we can
Just-
we can move on, but just to say that, from my perspective, please
Recommend it.
feel free to share
Recommend it.
your own.
I
I
strongly
recommend this movie.
it was a
And-
lot better than I expected it to be.
It was
Yes,
in my
yeah.
top 5 or 6, I would say.
Oh, top 5 or 6. Very
Yeah.
good.
It
Okay.
was
It's
yeah.
solidly produced, and it hits you, a couple different ways, and you see it
Excellent.
from multiple perspectives. It's kind of interesting.
Cool. All right.
I mean, it's
Cool.
worth the time. I'd spend,
Yeah.
12.
Oh yeah,
bucks to
highly
see.
recommend. Highly recommend.
I laughed.
Sure.
I laughed. I was
laughed my
surprised. I
ass
had
off.
fun. So yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's top 5 or 6.
Well,
get
there.
as far as getting,
I'm the same boat, Jeff. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. All right.
sorry,
but
I
let's
know it
move on,
wasn't that
'cause,
great,
like,
but
if-
it got
yeah.
the most joy out of me at the time. I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
fun.
I
Like I
do
say, it's
agree
a
with
lot of
that.
fun.
Yeah.
Definitely
It
a
was
lot of
like
fun.
you're not gonna come away feeling shitty.
Mhm. Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to move on because I feel like if we keep talking about it, we're going to blow something. It's
Yeah,
one of the
I
fun
agree.
things about it is all the fun surprises. So anyway, here's Escape from the 21st Century. Do you guys see this?
I saw it.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It was a fairly well executed fantasy action romance that was had a couple unique devices where they got exposed to a bunch of chemicals, and now every time they sneeze, they go 24 years into the future.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they sneeze again, they go back to the same spot in the past. And
I thought we were spoiler free.
Well, that's not a spoiler.
No,
That's
that's a setup.
I'm joking. I didn't see the movie. I didn't see the movie.
Right?
that's not a spoiler.
That's like the
I'm
first
joking.
10. That's
I
like
have
all.
no idea.
It's like the first 5 minutes of the movie, dude.
I wanted to love this movie. I really did.
I mean, that's what they tell
No
you in
idea.
the synopsis on the poster.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I haven't escaped the 20th century. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's just it's a fun little romance that involves people who cared about each other, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I wasn't like in love with it. Like I think I thought maybe this would be.
Yeah, it wasn't quite as melodramatic as a lot of.
It wasn't like twisty, turny,
No.
time travel. It was.
But I also,
Or
I don't know. Somewhere in the
based
third act,
movie.
I stopped caring.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway,
Like, you're making me try too hard, and I just don't care. Which
I just accepted
I
it.
wanted to like it more than I did.
Mhm.
Maybe if I watched it again,
Mm-hmm.
I would feel different. I don't know. I could have been
mean-
tired.
Yeah.
I hear you. It's like some of the same old tropes, just remixed in another seasoning.
I couldn't spoil the ending because I don't remember it.
Yeah, awesome. That's the perfect Fantastic Fest response.
Yeah. I mean, I think I remember how
You
it
see
ends,
so
but
many movies, and then they all start melding together, and you start,
This-
But some of them
interweaving.
don't. That's the thing. Some of them stand out, and
Yeah.
They-
100%.
those
I
are the
would
ones.
say-
That's the winner.
Yeah.
It will not always winner. It's only the mediocrity that kind of runs into a puddle. Everything on either edge is
For me, that's a winner.
discernible. Yeah,
If it's
exactly.
on
They're all
either edge.
discernible.
All right. Well, I think I still recommend it.
Yeah, it's
That's worth a watch. Yeah, for
fun
sure.
Be
I
prepared
wouldn't-
to.
romance.
I wouldn't try too
Everything I
hard
heard
to
about
find
it
it.
from
Yeah.
everything I heard from everyone, including y'all, made me want to seek it out after the fest. I'll say that.
Yeah. It's worth a watch. That's for sure.
I mean, if you had the all action channel, this would fit in it just fine, and there would also be all kinds of other stuff going on.
It's probably stuff you want to see more.
Well, also, I might want to take like a detour because while producer T is here, I'm kind of curious if you have any Doug Benson stories. And for context, we can fast forward to Hackers because that was the movie that we watched.
Oh, that was the
Okay.
interruption.
The
Oh, you
interruption,
went to the
the Doug
interruption,
Benson
man.
interruption, yeah.
This year I missed. Doug.
What kind of stories? We're talking about like recent stories, or it's not.
I don't know.
We were just kind of hanging out this time. Nothing crazy
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, the past couple of years, I haven't seen too much of him. It was
Well,
nice
it's
that he
Texas
was
you're
yeah.
living in.
Well, yeah, but it's nice that he was hanging out more this year. It was cool to see. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
we
right.
have to pull this cue
There
up
are some
from
NDAs. You're correct.
from a thing he did when he had Ari Aster
Mm-hmm.
on. What was it, like 3 years ago? 3 Fantastic Fests ago, maybe. But he had Ari Aster was at the fest, and he had him as a guest. And
Oh man, I missed that one. Yeah.
it's a lesson, and you should always ask what someone's smoking in their pipe, and never just hit the pipe because it might be something way stronger than you can handle.
Oh,
And so Ari was late to the show. Everybody else was there, and nobody else was smoking. It was just me and Doug. So I was like, "Man, Doug, you want some moon rocks? Let's go." And for the people who don't know what moon rocks are, and maybe you can do this on the Gear Wizard show, moon rocks is basically like the flour just drenched in concentrate and then rolled in keef. So it's like the crack rock of weeds. So we're smoking that because we can handle that. And, everybody else is getting ready to go on the show. Doug's on stage. I'm waiting backstage for Ari to appear so I can tell him where to go once he gets there. And I tell him, so he eventually comes out. I point him where to go, the green room. And while I'm not in there, my pipe is still in there loaded. And one of the other actors is like, "Hey, if you want to smoke, here, you can hit this pipe." Because they didn't know what the fuck we were smoking. And so I guess he also had in his mind that this show was like, how he has Doug Loves Movies? He was kind of imagining that the show was more like Getting High with Doug.
Right. Yeah.
A bunch, so he thought he was late. So he was trying to catch up with everybody. And I think he chiefed that whole bowl to himself. And when he gets on stage, we can find the clip of this episode. Just hearing what Ari Aster says when he introduces himself was hilarious. And we can skip ahead, and I'm going to go look for that clip.
You're going to look for the clip?
I'm going to go look for that clip.
Okay, we'll see you.
That would be rad. All right. Well, we're going to move on anyway from Escape.
Hey, is that Nacho?
Nacho Vigilando, the patron saint of Fantastic Fest.
It's a shame,
In
man.
some
He hadn't
ways.
been there for a while.
Yeah, he had been away. We were trying to think. I guess it was Colossal.
7 years.
Colossal was the last time, maybe.
I saw him there and haven't seen him until this time. As soon as I came back, there's Nutch.
Yeah.
He's aged a little bit, but man, what a guy. Everybody ages.
Yeah. But yeah, it was cool to see him again. Cool to see him on stage, and cool to see his new movie, which I did really like it, but I was thinking about it today, and I was like, man, that's one that got a little lost in the shuffle. I'm trying to remember some of these specific details about it.
I saw it as well. I really
blurry.
enjoyed it. Daniela
Forever, yeah.
But the ending confused me a little bit.
Well, we don't have to. We don't have to talk about the ending. Yeah,
we don't want to do that.
That's usually not what we do. Just on new movies that haven't come out yet. But
I got you. All right, we're not. I apologize if I'm
That's okay.
Breaking protocol.
Spoilers, Wayne.
All right.
Spoilers.
But broad stroke wise, I think
it's because I woke up after sleeping mostly.
Yeah. So anyway, it'd probably be better if someone else ran down the little quick plot line of this one. I do remember how it starts out, but yeah, if anyone else wants to.
If we want, just the synopsis. I'm usually doing the broad stroke, no information.
This guy,
but
just going blind, really. Yeah,
just sort of right. But no, in this movie we have a multi-perspective early on that settles into one of the characters, the male character's perspective about a relationship and how it's kind of being told back to him, and we're jumping through time a bit, and very quickly, I hope this is not spoiler because it is very early in the film. We learn, this his girlfriend is someone it seems like would become like a fiance has passed, and the rest of the movie is grappling with that relationship, with those memories. It's it's a touch. It's almost an inverse Endless Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Okay, but to tell you what to expect as far as what's going on, guy's girlfriend dies. He gets offered a drug that is supposed to make you lucid dream and help you recover.
See, I try to even avoid that much detail.
Well, no, that's
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
description of the movie. That's your tagline almost.
I don't
Yeah.
even read the book.
Yeah,
I don't
that's-
even read
Yeah,
the
no
pages.
spoiler there. That's again, if it happens in the
I'm
first
pretty-
act, it's fair game.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm in no way saying that you're wrong. I'm saying I'm
Yeah.
the wrong person to ask because I'm pretty much on the extreme of not knowing information when I go to the movie.
Right. And so like that's outlined right at first. He's taking a drug to make him lucid dream. He figures out he can relive his memories and breaks from the project,
Mhm.
and then we see where that takes us. Which would be spoilers.
My
So
lips are sealed, man.
that's his dead girlfriend, and he's in memory land.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. It has like lots of nice, like strange, dreamy sequences and stuff. Anyway, I do recommend it. All right, this year I have to say, I was looking back at like last year, and it's not like last year didn't have good movies, but man, there were so many good movies this year. Like I feel like I'm going to find myself just recommending each and every one of these films. But the truth is, Daniela Forever is pretty darn good. IMO.
I liked it more than Colossal for sure.
Yeah? Well,
If
I
you
like
wanted to
Colosso too.
I like Colossal. I like this. I think this was I don't know.
I kind of appreciate this film's perspective where it's like another of Nacho's kind of trademark reliving time and revisiting and stuff. And it's like it kind of parallels a lot of his prior work in many ways.
It's actually based on a short film he did.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Way back in his career, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed a lot of his shorts. They were pretty cool, all the UFO stuff and
The Bat Bowl.
I thought the resolution of this was stronger than Colossal. And I like Colossal.
Indeed.
I think the resolution here feels more real, more solid.
yes, in a cinematography kind of way,
Yeah, but plot, story, character development, I think all of it kind of it feels natural. I thought the very final end of Colossus felt a tiny bit forced, from a writing standpoint. And I don't want to talk about any of that, but yeah, I thought this was a much cleaner final resolution, not the third act itself, but the resolution of the plot.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Open Windows as well. Yeah.
I enjoyed that to a degree.
Okay, where'd I go next after this? Oh yeah, it was the first secret screening. Everyone wanted to know what it was because it was going to be at midnight, and they were like a midnight secret screening. So, yeah,
means everyone.
That was me actually. Didn't disappoint in that realm at all.
Yeah. Saturday Night is probably something I wouldn't have seen on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I would have gone to see this.
I definitely would not have seen this.
Yeah,
I probably will watch it on Netflix at some point.
What if it's on Max?
You know what I mean.
I'm just fucking.
But I enjoyed it though. I liked it. I thought it was pretty well done. Right?
I honestly, I was really impressed.
But it's like I just never watched Saturday Night Live at all. I didn't grow up watching it. I watched Mad TV. Saturday Night Live was not my show.
I watched this episode of Saturday Night Live. I was there. I was young, but I was there.
Weren't the first episodes shown a lot earlier?
No, it was still Central Time. It was 10:30. It was 11:30 in New York. But like I was watching it when they did the cold open with Mr. Mike and John Belushi and the Wolverines.
Oh wow.
And
Was
it
it
had
was there this weird long pause like there is in the thing? Like
yeah,
oh yeah.
and the whole thing, and it was weird and it was different, and like you could feel something change, at least in me.
Yeah.
It was
Probably,
really, really
but-
cool. I'm sure lots was embellished, but
I felt like
You
they
have to
shoved
the
details in
continuity
there
of it.
that probably did not actually happen within that 90 minutes, because like the whole movie is 90 minutes before the first episode of Saturday Night. So
yeah, I have read a
knock
few
it off.
instances of, well, this didn't happen that way. I am pretty sure Garrett Morris did not do all of those soliloquies about his previous experience.
Mhm.
But all in all, no, it was a lot of fun. It was really good. Some of the performances were almost scary. How
Yeah,
much they were that guy or that girl. Jane
Yeah.
Curtin especially.
Yeah, the Jane Curtin one was incredible. You get a lot of this guy as Chevy Chase, and I just kept seeing the original actor. You know, I didn't really see Chevy Chase too much because I was like, this is the one guy I kind of knew from other stuff. You know,
What's he been in?
I'm trying to place him now because his face is so familiar.
Commercials?
But yeah. No, he's been the bad guy. Oh, he's like this, steely weird bad guy in something. Have you been in one of the John Wicks?
Huh.
Yeah. Well, anyway. The guy that they got to do Belushi was really good, and I like that. They didn't sugarcoat that character. They didn't put him on a pedestal.
I kind of he played that character so well. I kind of hate him.
Yeah.
But it wasn't for his acting skill. I was just hating him as a person. And I was like, damn, if he's making me hate him as a person, someone to work with, that's a really good actor out there. He's really making me believe he is John Belushi being such a prima fucking donna.
Yeah. Spoiled the whole time.
Kevin has the answer here in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, Corey Michael Smith in Gotham. Okay. Thank you, sir.
I watched the fuck out of Gotham.
But yeah, I do recommend Saturday Night. It's a good movie, and yeah.
So that's Chevy Chase, huh?
Yeah. That's Chevy Chase. The guy that got to do Dan Aykroyd, he was really something else, man. Yeah, they were all pretty good. They got to touch down on a lot of stuff. I feel like they kind of maybe,
Shared.
embellished and added, put stories in there that maybe
Absolutely. I mean,
weren't exactly part of that event.
Well, or maybe
Right.
they were
There were
a
some
lot more
things
like it
2 or
than
3
they
episodes
portrayed
later.
it.
But it was a well-told story. It was a good story.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just I just can't see that many movies. So me getting a secret
I hear
screen
you,
of one
man.
of my movies, I just kind of didn't want to see it. It just but I sat through it and I did enjoy it. But like most people said, it wasn't my cup of tea. I wouldn't have wanted to try and see this, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it either. Yeah, I thought it Fast paced, good stuff. I really liked it. So, all right, we're gonna move on. But that is out now, by the way.
All right, here we go. This one?
Yeah, that was the end. Yeah, who saw Steppenwolf? I saw Steppenwolf, but this is where the wizard saw something else. He saw a cartoon.
The Wild Robot.
Yeah, he saw the Wild Robot. So I know
saw the second screening of Steppenwolf, and I saw the first screening of the Wild Robot.
So you saw Wild Robot? Okay.
Yes, I did.
That was good.
Really good. Really good.
Really good.
If it's a DreamWorks animation.
Quite an enjoyable film,
Yeah.
Even Doug, me and Doug were talking about that one, and he was like, you should go see the Wild Robot. And I was like, oh, okay.
You liked it?
Yeah. Did Doug like it?
Yeah, he said he liked it.
Yeah, I loved it.
A nice little tear jerking.
In both good and bad ways
wonderful.
too. Like you were sad a couple times, but then you were so happy you cried a couple times. The voice acting, I didn't know anything about it going in. So when Matt Berry showed up, I am just immediately, enthralled. And that was a win. Mark Hamill does a voice. Catherine O'Hara does a voice. So really, really good. One of the better DreamWorks pieces I've seen.
Absolutely, it was a nice little sci-fi film, in a new place.
Sci-fi, but in a forest.
Yeah. Well, we joked several times about how Mick was going to go see something life-affirming and heartwarming. And
it's Saturday morning.
Yeah, and I was going to start my day with what Fantastic Fest really is for me, which is the dark shit, the crush your soul shit,
the
stuff that really, really, just demoralizing, painful stuff. And that was Steppenwolf, man. This movie takes place in an unnamed, war-torn desert, it's a republic that's obviously falling apart. There's like rebels and police are, horrifically corrupt. And the main character, who's like the most he is the most serious anti-hero, as anti-heroes you could possibly get.
DGAF.
They like to kind of hint at him getting the opportunity to, redeem himself a little bit. And no, he it's like they would just tease you with it, well, if he did this and if he did this for this reason, then, it might be okay. But no, he never does it. And then the other main character, which has really no dialogue at all practically. I mean, her dialogue is all mumbling, and you just learn her perspective, through little bits and pieces of what she's mumbling. But when you first meet her, you don't even expect her to be like a main character in the movie. It seems like she's kind of set dressing, just this mumbling lady who's looking for her child. And you're like, lady, this is a war-torn hellhole. You think you're going to find your child? But yeah, the guy who actually does wind up helping her, he is a police interrogator. Death is certain for him, and he kind of winds up tying his fate to hers as well. And yeah, it's fucking bleak as hell. I loved it.
The casting and the characters were really, they cast the characters pretty well, if you ask me. It's like they fit the bill perfectly. Tough and war torn.
Yeah, both of their performances were incredible. His especially. He sometimes hints at his past, but when you finally learn some key points about his past later on in the film, it is really a stirring and incredible piece of acting. So, yeah, I can't recommend Steppenwolf enough. It's definitely not going to be a movie to be drinking with. Like it's, yeah.
It'll be definitely something to drink orange juice with. No, that's still drinking. Forget it. There shall be no.
No, yeah, you should be very thirsty the whole time.
Yes.
But no,
All
dude,
right.
I mean, if you can handle stuff that's that dark, I do seriously
dude.
recommend Steppenwolf. Yeah,
The darkest film. I told you
so
about
good.
it earlier.
Yeah, it was tough. Tough early on. Great way to start the day. Meanwhile, the wizard is enjoying some life-affirming robots in nature.
It's what I do every Saturday morning. I drink coffee, I smoke weed, and I watch cartoons.
What are your cartoons? Do you select them every week from your private stash, or do you?
Yes.
That's a good question. Yeah, what cartoons you leaning on right now, Wizard? Like, what are your
Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Uh-uh.
Thundercats is good. Like Thundercats is one of the ones where the dialogue
But not
isn't like
She-Ra, though.
so like crowded and terrible as it sometimes gets in those things. Like it's not too bad.
But then I will go back in time. Wacky Racers makes a frequent appearances.
Oh yeah. Hanna-Barbera's Wacky Racers.
At one point on Saturday mornings over time, I went through the entire Looney Tunes library from start to finish in chronological order.
Oh my gosh. In one what?
No, not in one day.
That
was over a couple of months.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like set your goal and say, I'm giving this at least an hour a day.
Oh, nice. I've not gone back to that one. That might show up. Herculoids is a good one to revisit.
Yeah. Those, yeah.
That was like my dream TV show when I was a kid in the 60s in Jacksonville, Florida, man.
Yeah. They have
and then for a while it was a Town Called Panic.
Jr. Oh, A Town Called Panic, yeah.
That was a good Sunday morning. Have breakfast and watch A Town Called Panic.
That's a wonderful way to start your day.
Absolutely.
Well, I followed Wild Robot.
Mm-hmm.
Jethrobot followed Danny Darko, or whatever you want to call him.
Soul Crusher.
With Memoirs of a Snail.
Mm-hmm. This was precious.
Which day are we on?
Yeah. This is day 3, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Day 3. So yeah, this is the second movie of day 3. You got the double feature of animated, life affirming.
Although this was a lot sadder than Wild Robot.
Yes.
I did not watch it, and I'm kind of glad. Yeah. Although it was probably excellent.
It was really good. And life affirming in the end.
Yeah.
Let me ask, are there any snails crushed in this film? Or any snails hurt in the making of this?
Snails it's more of like a collection. Like they aren't snails, they're people, but she identifies with snails. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she has snails.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there are several snails.
Finger snails.
Yeah, that's her with the antenna on her beanie there.
I see. I got you, man.
Yeah. And that's her alcoholic father.
Oh, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably something I would want to watch, actually, to see a new perspective on somebody's upbringing.
And here's the man that just had to make the nightmare reality for you.
Did he not attend this festival and have a display going on of something like that?
He wasn't there. He was not there.
I heard there was some stuff like a modeling or a set piece or something that was on display from his movie there. But I could be wrong.
Well, I have to be right back. I have to run a very quick 5-second errand, but go ahead and I mean, Wizard, you can work the slides too.
I can work
amongst
the
yourselves.
Yeah,
Slides can be
knock
worked.
yourself out.
So no, I saw somebody had a picture of the brother, like that was there, but I never saw that.
Yeah, I know. I heard there was something going on. Like, hey, if you're here right now, this is happening. And it's like, I was like going into a movie or something.
So then Jethrobot and I, of course, there was an interlude. You go outside, smoke, hang out with friends, sometimes go across the street and drink beer, or you could eat. But usually anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours between movies. So we did some things and then we wandered into Else. Did anybody else see Else?
Nope.
Else?
Another miss.
No. Nah.
We the only ones.
Nah.
I mean, well,
We who?
did I miss out?
It was weird. Which I don't think is any surprise. It's a body horror.
Yeah. Oh, that looks like it.
But way beyond what I think I was expecting going in. So it starts off like a lot of movies do with a hookup. Guy and a girl, which should be a one-night stand. Turns into something else when the same night this weird skin disease starts spreading through the city, where people are being fused to other objects.
Oh man.
And then in what I could only think is in many ways an allegory to the pandemic. This thing becomes a pandemic and they become trapped in the house together. And then shit gets weird. And then shit just kept getting weirder and weirder. And of course, by now I am, I've had several smoke breaks.
Was there an expectation you had rolling into this that you were, expecting to see, and did it like exceed, or was it like take another turn from what you were expecting?
Well, luckily for most of this fest, I am doing not quite secret screenings, but damn near. I don't put a lot of effort into my schedule. I'll watch a couple of trailers, but not a lot. I will pick up. Basically, I just go to a slot, and I go, out of these 5 things, what interests me.
I hear you. I do the same.
And if there's a conflict, sometimes then you just have to start playing schedule game. But I like to go in as blind as I can.
Obviously, an excellent choice because sometimes you can hear about a movie and say, "Oh, I don't want to see that because it sounds cheesy or whatever," and then all of a sudden you find out it's got some of the best effects and some of the most incredible, like
which is
whatever you could imagine.
Yeah, and that's why the second half is so much fun, because sometimes you wind up going, well. So most movies, if you haven't done this before, at Fantastic Fest, most films play once in the first half of the fest, the first 4 days, and again in the second half. So you've got a chance to go, no, people that saw that in the first half didn't like it. Maybe I'll skip it and see something that I thought I wasn't going to watch, but everybody in the first half loved it. So the second half is where you really start to mix and match those things up.
Yeah, I mean, for me, just second half is just easier because I don't have anything to do usually on that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday now. So those are my movie days, is second half. And usually by that time, I probably already talked to some of the directors, producers, actors, actresses in those movies. So I have like a better idea of whose movie I kind of want to see and like just try and support them a lot. It's always kind of like you hit it off with somebody and then you go see their movie and you're like, "Oh, I love you as a person, but I
Yeah.
don't like you making movies."
I
That's very rare,
No.
though. Very rare that
Yeah.
happens.
enjoyed your
you know, it
concept
can.
quite a bit, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have
You
to
know, it's
move
like,
on to the
man, I
next
enjoy
one.
smoking bowls with you and talking about movies, but
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think you should make film.
Please do come back to the festival,
And
whether or
hang
not
out.
this career in filmmaking takes off. You know, like
Yeah, I mean, there's always people looking for stuff.
yeah.
The Jethrobot, what did you think of Else? To sum
I
it up.
liked Else a lot. You know, it was a slow burn that then just goes nuts. You know, the payoff is great, and it's just confusing. You know, right up until then. So you know, it's yeah. We've been enjoying the comments of volunteer from this year and years past. Our friend Excelsior, who is now going to be joining the stage. Thank you for coming aboard. We've been enjoying everything you've had to say
Well,
about
there
the
you go.
festival so far. And I don't know if we've covered any of the movies that you've seen, but yeah, we're just.
I
This
got to
guy
see.
is one of the worst volunteers that
Yeah, the worst one
Yeah.
there.
The
Well,
worst
that's
one,
the
yeah.
best one, in my opinion. Stay out of my way.
But you were not the one that was in the Art the Clown costume.
No,
that
were
was
you?
that was a regular attendee.
Okay.
I know who it was.
It was a
Gotcha.
volunteer.
No, it was. I'll just give his first name, Bob.
Woodward?
No,
You don't have to. You don't have to guess him, Wayne. It's okay.
I'm all right. I'm gonna.
no. I
Break
got
out
to
of
see
this
very
screen
few
here for me.
movies. I think I saw the 3 secret screenings and the Jenny Penn movie and a couple of shorts blocks. That's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you
I
didn't,
think me and Kevin probably saw the exact same things.
We
I enjoyed Jenny Penn enough. It was pretty
Yeah,
good.
I
It kind
saw-
of reminded me
yeah.
of cross
I-
between.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Well,
Yes,
yeah, I
we'll
saw
get there.
Jenny Penn. No, yeah, but I saw Jenny Penn, and yeah, I mean, I have thoughts. Yeah, that was good stuff.
Does
But
she
yeah,
ever use a pencil? Is my question.
But yeah, I enjoyed Else, and yeah, unfortunately, we've lost our friend, we've lost Devin. He had some, I guess equipment issues there causing an echo. So
Oh man,
if you're still with us, like hop in on the regular chat there. We're good. We'll still hang out. We still love you. I still have some pictures of you we could probably show.
oh man.
This by the way was Devin's Devin's quote on
Oh yeah. Mhm.
on Else.
Yeah.
But it's like, the Philadelphia experiment and all that stuff. It's like
Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry, wrong button.
Oh no, that's yeah. That's
But
the,
boom, we're moving forward.
Yeah, that's
ooh,
that is the
That's cool
danger. Yeah, if you get this disease and then you lay in bed, you start fusing with the sheets. Like,
Like-
I don't want to.
it's like people who are really overweight and sit in a chair all for months on end eating and not moving.
This, however, is not somebody fusing.
No, this is the next movie that I saw
All
that
right.
day, and this really had me wishing I had taken LSD for the this day of the festival,
doubt.
because the double feature of Else and then this film, which is called She Loved Blossoms More.
I love this film in
this was a great
a lot of ways.
Yeah. This was a really neat, like, just sci-fi, ghost psychedelic, lots of fun, and it had what's his name from Delicatessen in it that we haven't seen in a movie in forever.
Oh yeah, the guy from the jail cell thing where he was
He's
killing
in-
everybody.
Yeah, he's in Alien Resurrection too. Like,
Oh, is he?
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'll be
anyway.
right back.
yeah, this was great. This was a really fun film. I mean, it wasn't like anything like major or anything, but it was an interesting, like where is this going after after the setup. It's a good background.
It's an excellent background. I was very tired at this point, and I may have nodded off once or twice near the end. No, I missed a few things.
Yeah, it's pretty light on the plot. I mean, they're there's there's really not that much to the storyline. It's just staying with these characters as these strange things keep getting stranger, these things that happen to them.
But it was trippy as fuck, and
yes.
I would highly recommend it for that reason.
Yes.
Do you want to sit and look at things that are trippy as fuck?
Yeah. In retrospect, I should have known that I probably could have gotten some psychedelics on this day, which I do not discourage. If you're listening at home thinking, man, would I do that at Fantastic Fest? Sure, why not? Jethrobot says go for it.
However, I would not do psychedelics at Fantastic Fest.
We know what you would do, though.
The veggie nugget?
The veggie nuggets. Okay.
From the nugget slide.
All right, so we'll move on. Let's keep talking about this one here. But yeah, there was also a lot of nice camera tricks and stuff. There's a lot of great psychedelic imagery, so I do recommend that one as well.
Yes, trippy as fuck.
Then,
Get high.
And so in a hypothetical situation where I have taken hallucinogens and gone to the festival this day and seen these two movies, I have to assume that by the end of this movie, I'm crawling on the walls there. And then I see... then I see this. Who else saw this? Who else saw
I
this?
saw this.
What movie was this again?
That's all I know about this movie.
Chainsaws were singing.
Chainsaws were singing. Your butt, my chainsaw. My neck, my back, my chainsaw.
In your...
This was fun. It's a musical. What country is this from again?
South Carolina.
It's called Chainsaws Were Singing, and it is a musical.
Estonia.
Okay. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
From Estonia.
So is the music translated?
No, it's subtitled.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you get to hear the rhyming, You can hear that it rhymes.
Are these guys related to Invisible Fight?
Not that I know of.
No. Oh, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, in fact, these guys had been working on this movie for years.
So it's like a real passion project.
Yeah. I mean, they had to leave it and come back, and they worked, and very DIY, but pretty solid.
It reminded me in so.
But they're
many
obviously
ways.
fans of the genre. They are all chainsaw death and whatnot.
No, it's much more Cannibal the Musical.
Right.
Than Chainsaw Massacre.
It has that feel,
This is very,
I would have
very
watched it had it not been a late night screening when it was
very
available
much
for me.
Cannibal the Musical, with a little bit more trauma thrown in, perhaps.
But if you're gonna go to a late night screening, you kind of have to plan. You have to what's gonna keep me up. This would not have been the hour to watch Cloud. That would have been a mistake. You would have fallen asleep.
Right.
Or else. I would have totally slept through else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've done that on several films that everybody raved about, but I was fighting to hold my eyelids open.
Yeah, I more or less missed it. I was like, oh, did you see such and such? Well,
I was
sort
there.
of. I mean, I was there. Yeah, it was on the. We shared a room.
The first 10 minutes were amazing.
Yeah.
and then I woke up.
Yeah, this was we saw 2 musicals where like there really isn't all that much music or singing, you know, and they didn't really like it didn't really grab you too much. Like you didn't leave this like singing one of the songs, you know. There wasn't a reprise,
right?
that
Not like
turned into or anything. Yeah,
Well,
but
and it was Estonian.
yeah, and
That's the thing.
yeah, I didn't really like everybody in the movie, but I did like this guy right here. The actual chainsaw killer, he was always a breath of fresh air.
He loves his work.
He loves his work. So I would recommend Chainsaws.
All right.
I think you should.
It's a fun, silly passion project by some people who didn't really know what they were doing.
May I ask what style the music is?
I mean, it's just kind of generic
Theater.
It's theater music. It's musical.
Yeah, all right.
It's
all right.
musical theater.
Like, you know, it's not a metal musical.
No, it is. Da 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 da.
This guy looks a lot like Tyler Labine from Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
He does.
Yeah,
he does.
With a short beard.
That's kind of who I thought that was for a second.
Yeah.
He's the Estonian Tyler Labine.
No wonder he found his way into this movie. Yeah. Oh, look at this. These guys were on YouTube for a while. Wow, that's cool.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
All right, so then the next day, against my better judgment, I saw this guy's next movie. I mean, it's fine, you know.
What guy's next movie? What's
what is his name?
You left a whole bunch of shit out there, dude.
Yeah.
It's not. You think that's funny?
And I have to look it up. Bertrand Mandico.
Yeah. He I can't remember the name of the first movie, but last year he had I Am Conan. And
She is Conan.
She is Conan. Yeah, that's right. She is Conan. And made a movie before that that was at the festival, and I completely slept through it. I could not get into it at all. There was a character
Is
named
this Baby Attack?
There is no.
Oh God,
no. We'll talk about that. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But yeah, this is I was intrigued by it because it's split screen the whole time, and it's often depicting the same thing
Dragon.
from the same, but it could be different takes. That's there's subtle differences and stuff, but yeah, the first half was actually pretty interesting. There was a lot of dancing to it. It was still very
ostensibly the staging of a ballet.
Yeah. It was based on a ballet. It was kind of like a ballet without dancing, or just not very much dancing,
So would you say it's more like frame and subject oriented than dance?
Right. Yeah, it's not. There's not dragon dilatation. Thank you for.
How many centimeters is she dilating?
That's a heart. So there is some gore.
To all the women out there.
There's probably a penis in this too. I know. At this point in the festival, I've seen several penises.
Boy,
yeah.
Some of them on screen.
Yeah, and this was the first day of Sunday. First day of Sunday, and I'm gonna go ahead and guess that there is dong in this movie. So they could have called it Dragon Dongitation. I don't know if I recommend this movie. The second half is the sequel to She is Conan.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and it just gets a little it gets grating, and it gets grating on purpose, and even acknowledges it. So buyer beware. I don't know what else to tell you.
Here's the thing: do you like pretentious art house movies? Because that's what it is. It's a pretentious art house movie, and sometimes those are good if that's what you're into. It is not what I'm into.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate it.
I wasn't sold.
And you already know, viewer, how do you feel about pretentious art house movies? Let that be your guide.
Here is the I like this one a lot. This was
She
These
was
Are
an
the
interesting
Dancers.
character.
Yeah, and there was a point in the movie where all the characters kind of do like, little minor weird dances while they talk about like who they are, what their motivations are. So there were definitely some neat parts to it, like I don't mean to totally crap on it, but I did.
Just a little.
And then here's a movie that is really worth crapping on.
Man, I almost saw that too.
I thought Little Bites was the worst film of the festival. Man.
Really? Well, then I guess I'm happy I skipped it because I did have a ticket for it and I gave it up.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you made a good choice, my
You
friend.
made a good choice. Yeah. I don't know, like this guy Spider-1. I don't really know much about him. I know he's a musician.
He was in Power Man 5000.
Yeah, Power Man 5, which I don't know.
Rob Zombie.
Right.
What is the
I do not
Power
like
Man
Power Man
5000.
5000.
I actually did like Power Man 5000, and I forgot that's who
Who
Spider-Man.
do you like better,
Spider-1
Gojira
was.
or Power Man 5000?
I probably would have tried to get a picture with him because I was a big fan of his in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this was one thing I can tell you about Spider-1. He has had to interact with Child Protective Services, and he's not happy about it. And that's really what this fucking movie is about, as far as I'm concerned.
All right, there you go. It's like fucking getting somebody to take action or something.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I know. It's like, I don't know why they were interacting with them. I don't know what was up. I hope everything's okay. I hope little Spider is okay. Or however many little spiders there are, like whatever, like hope everyone's okay. But yeah, definitely wants to make a villain out of Child Protective Services.
Oh man, so many people do though.
That's probably that's probably a more interesting movie than actually it's definitely a more interesting movie. Pretty much any movie's going to be more interesting than Little Bites. Little Bites sucks. I hated it. It was terrible.
And then it ended, and I hated the ending even more than I hated the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it got worse.
Well, I started watching The Coffee Table, and I paused.
Oh yeah,
it
that
while
was
my
from
wife-
last year. Yeah, that was from last year. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I get where this is going, and it's like, boy, how about a heart sinking?
Oh, dude, that was a ride.
That was a rough one.
That was a ride.
And again, like, if I know people who are into like the really, really dark shit, I will tell them, yes.
I like the grit and the realism
you gotta,
and
yeah,
the
you gotta
unexpected and all that stuff,
Yeah. But anyway, this movie's about a lady who, has a kid, and she has this monster in her basement, which she lets bite her instead of eating her kid. It's a deal that really doesn't make much of any sense, but then she's got Child Protective Services. What about Child Protective Services? Dang.
Hey, CPS, I got a demon in the basement.
Yeah.
Did you guys come out here with the correct shaman or priest?
Yeah.
To send it back from whence it came, please.
I tell you what, Spider-1, I would say better luck next time, but I for real don't want you to try again. Sorry, but
this
not
is
cool looking
By
monster.
the way, I looked him up. This is his third movie, so he probably will.
This is his third movie. He's gonna do it again. Yeah. Well, he's
much like Shyamalan.
I haven't seen your first two movies, but I'm pretty sure you're not getting any better. Okay, but I do like that they can't all be winners, and usually I do see a stinker. And it used to be back in the day.
He's been making these yearly, so he did one in 22, 23, and this is his 20. Oh, he's gonna come back.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey, Spider, why don't you slow down a little bit and think about your next project for a little bit more than 12 months? I don't know. Just a suggestion.
Hey, look, he's doing
However,
this for
it might
Yeah.
just be worth noting that his second movie does not have a Wikipedia page.
It doesn't.
Whoa.
It does not. I tried to click. I was like, "What's the second movie about?"
It was
Nothing
it was straight to out of print.
Look, that's an old Halloween spider web. Some
Good
stuff.
Good stuff.
Some
Yeah.
old Spock ears.
Yeah, and like he did introduce the movie. He was there. He introduced the movie, and he was like, as soon as I heard him say "as a father," I got like kind of a sinking feeling. Like I mean, I'm not a father. I know lots of great, wonderful fathers, but let me tell you something. Somebody says like, "Well, as a father," the next thing they're gonna say is gonna spray
I
your
knew
fucking eyeballs.
my
by
father,
rolling
and
them.
you were
Yeah.
no father.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's an old reference.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you, Spider One.
Who's Spider One anyway?
Don't worry about it.
All right. Oh, I love this movie. This was in the top 5 or 6 as well.
This was definitely in the top 10 for me, and I kind of knew it would be. I saw Chained for Life, which also stars Adam Pearson.
On the right.
Yeah, and it's just excellent. It is so good.
I missed it, man. It was like,
And
well, I didn't miss it.
Yeah.
I missed the first movie, but I really, the way it was portrayed was just fascinatingly like it was realistically plausible, which turned into, what it did, and it was like, wow. I mean, that wowed me, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'd like to learn more about, the character design and development and
were you yeah. Were you in the first screening? Did you see the
No,
Q&A?
second screening.
Okay. Yeah.
It's because we're Stan and the other guy were there.
Adam, they were both there.
Adam.
Yeah, they were both there. Yeah, Adam
Oh.
Pearson, who has a British accent when he's
not
acting.
I saw the movie. Yes.
Yeah. He ran out and he was like, "What's crack-a-lackin', Austin?" Like he was.
Yeah, all right. Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? If you got an ability and you can make yourself loved by everybody, fucking why not?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what that's some of the themes with the movie is like what is it that
It's like what are you great at?
where does that yeah, and where does the
yeah,
happiness
and where
come
does it
from?
line up with your reality? And it's like, wow.
But I
put
think
this on a high level,
Yeah. I think this is I'm not sure if this is out already or if it's coming out, but it's coming out very soon if it's not already out. And I do really recommend it. It's it's very thought provoking, and it's also like very funny and fun, and it's like fast paced as well. Like it just kind of flies
fast paced, and it moves in a direction that is purposeful, and it's just like, and it weaves its way into the story that it is, and it's incredible how you see, a person with a life and how it changes and tables turn and stuff. Really interesting kind of, exploration.
Yeah, this is like his character actually dresses this way at one point in the movie. It's freaking hilarious. Like, he's
with the walk, the arms.
It's just a total goofball the whole time. He is really fun to watch, and he really just lights up the whole movie. He does a great job. That guy is fantastic. If you haven't seen Chained for Life, he's also very, very good at that.
Chained for Life.
And I would I would probably say Chained for Life is a better movie.
All right.
But A Different Man is Different Man is really
it brings more tears out of you.
Yeah. Who else saw a Different Man? Like what?
I loved it. It was a lot of fun. It went and some interesting things to say about where happiness comes from.
I saw it. Have no idea who that man was. I still don't know who that man is, but it was a fun musical, and I'm not the first one to jump in line for a musical, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh no, this is Different Man. I believe you are
Different Man.
thinking,
Oh,
Yeah,
this
different
is
Man.
Different
No,
Man.
you were thinking
My
of Better
ears are
Man, my
bad.
friend.
Yes.
And that
that's
one is
okay.
with a
Different
monkey.
Man. That was like
Yeah.
It's not a monkey.
It was
No, I do have-
fantastic. It was
that one has
definitely
a
a
monkey in it,
fantastic
yeah.
fest
No, it's not a
movie.
monkey.
I do have a funny story about a different man for the
He's a
standby
chimpanzee.
line. And
Oh, really?
Wizard,
the
if you wanna
standby line?
Explain the standby line to anybody who doesn't know.
You can explain the standby line.
Okay, the standby line is for people that may have not won a ticket that they tried to get into a movie. and
Win?
There's extra. Well, I'm going to say win. They didn't get the selection they wanted, or they changed their mind and they weren't able to get a seat, so they wait and see if there's open seats, and we sneak them in there. So we had
Oh, absolutely. I would do that like once
15
the event clicks into action, then
So we had
fill it
about-
up with lots of people.
we had about 15 people in line, and I'm just doing the things, and I looked down and they called out that they need how many people they need for a different man, and I'm like, and it just came out of my mouth. I'm like, who here is looking for a different man? And everybody raised their hand.
Says, well, here I am.
Excellent. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, my video cam is off.
Great. Oh yeah, and then this was the next secret screening because Sebastian Stan is there for a different man. He's doing a Q&A there with Adam Pearson and the
It's like a
director.
big double whammy.
And so then the next secret screening turns out to be The Apprentice, which comes out tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow. So I know that a lot of people were upset that they showed it.
Absolutely, they're like so vehemently opposed and don't want it infiltrating their energy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this could have been like, our respite from Trump.
Trigger warning.
Put it, Getch.
What's that?
That was a great way to put it, Getch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you. I have a diplomatic command option that I switch into occasionally.
Yeah, it was
Thank you.
It was a pretty good I really did enjoy the performances. I thought it was a pretty good movie, and I couldn't help but think about how, if we didn't know what happens to Donald Trump after the events of this movie, you really would not find it that investing. It's kind of just like an annoying film because it's about annoying people. Yeah. And see, Barbara, if you had been at the festival and had gone to the secret screening, they would have sprung it on you. And a lot of people were upset about that. I heard a lot of grumbling. People not liking it because it's a political film, or people just not liking it
Or it's
because
about an unsavory character who's threatening their democracy.
And and it's not fantastic.
Did anybody see W when it was secret screened back in the day with
I missed that one. Yeah, I did not see
it was, it's like it was a pretty good docudrama about a biopic, and it was like, look, this is how I'm here, yay. And there you go, the turkey bowling.
I just couldn't believe we had 3 biopics.
Three biopics. Yeah. Because Saturday Night Live is technically a biopic.
Well, that was secret, so it's technically not in the regular.
3. Yeah. That's
3
crazy.
biopics is a secret screening. That's just wild.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. Robbie Robertson.
Yeah. Crazy. But again, like I said, I did really enjoy this movie. And
it was about monsters.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
it was.
say that.
yeah.
People
So
will say
they
that.
had
How
for
did
some
they make
reason this
Sebastian
movie
Stan
had an
look
open
tall?
bar tab.
This movie had an open bar tab.
Yeah, they had an open bar
I
tab
did
for
not
this
know
movie
that.
because I didn't go see it, and all of a
Uh-huh.
I
sudden
didn't
they're
either,
like,
and
"We're
I went
having
to the
an
bar. Yeah.
what was it?
Go
Make
on.
Make America Drink Again or something? Something gimmicky
I don't
like
know.
that.
I went to
was
the
for
bar and I
all.
ordered a beer, and they said, "Here you go." And I said, "Here." I pulled out my fucking wallet, and they said, "No, it's free drink right now."
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
and the
damn.
highball.
So yeah, you actually kind of paid off to actually skip this movie.
Oh wow.
From my standpoint,
Yeah.
it was worth skipping.
Now
Yeah.
that you mention it, I remember.
I would
Well,
not
I
have
liked
minded
it.
missing
Yeah.
it, but it was not bad. It
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
it does not make him look in any way good, and I think we can leave it at that.
I was not as impressed with Wolf of Wall Street, I will say. It was all right. And then we're moving on to Genital, and there really wasn't or Zenital.
Oh, Zenital, yes.
Zenital.
But
Did
you
anyone-
might as well call it genital.
Yeah, who saw this?
How I did.
I don't even remember seeing this one. On the
Right? I was
list.
about to say, I'm thinking the same thing, Kevin. And I was like, what movie was this?
This is the giant penis movie, and
That
remember
doesn't
the
narrow
giant
it down.
penis,
Oh
but
no, it does. We didn't say large penis.
giant.
Giant.
No,
We
it's
had-
like
didn't we have like
bigger
semen
than a
apocalypse or
leg.
some shit? Like giant penis.
That's
was
what I
like,
was assuming. This the penis was the singing semen thing, but
No, these were fighting
this-
men fighting with their 5 foot
Dongs.
long penises.
See, and
Erect
that goes to show you.
penises about like
No, but you guys
18
do.
inches in diameter.
that's
you
a
guys-
manga.
Yeah, you guys do
It's
make
called
a good
Penis
point,
Fight
though.
Island.
Yeah, is that this is actually a movie about penises without a lot of semen in it, and we did
Or
later
sex.
on. Yeah, we did later on see a movie about semen that didn't have a lot of penises in it. So that's
So it should
That's
be
pretty
a great double
interesting.
feature
yeah.
in the future.
Now here's what's really weird. This is a movie
Mm-hmm.
about penises in which I saw fewer penises. Because
Than
technically
other
you don't
movies.
actually see a penis.
You'd never
Yeah,
see a
there's some
penis in this
extended
movie.
penis
So there were
You never
fewer
see
scenes in other
penises
movies.
than most of the other movies I saw,
Yeah.
which had lots of penises.
Well, you know what they say.
Yep, I know what they say.
Good,
Well,
thank
please tell me what they say about
No.
penises.
Oh, can I
Don't
please
say
have
anything.
8 more?
I can't disclose that because I'm currently under investigation.
I would like to know what they. Well, so this is a French comedy that's about kung
I was hoping
fu.
somebody knew.
And yeah, kung fu. The kung fu master has an enormous penis, and he is a porn star, but he's also the penultimate celebrity, right? I actually was pretty drowsy during this movie, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw the first I definitely saw the first act, thought it was hilarious, found the ending to also be funny. That's it.
And did you dream of penises that night?
No.
It wouldn't have been because of this movie. I mean, there was
Don't go there yet.
there was penis in Different Man. There was penis in The
Oh, yeah.
Apprentice. There's penis in Dragon Dilatation. So yeah, I mean, this is really
The penis heavy
Amazingly
day.
penal. We're living in a penal colony while
Mhm.
watching these movies.
it was the penultimate.
Yes.
So you got to have balls to go to this festival.
Yeah, well, apparently sometimes a penis will just get you in.
So Wizard, did you see this? Getch, have you seen this?
I saw most
I
of
have
it.
seen
Yes.
it.
You haven't seen it? Okay. But you saw it, right? You probably
I
were
saw it on
passing
the
out right next to
second
me.
midday
Yes,
screen.
I saw the vast majority of it, but
Mhm.
there's parts I didn't catch.
Yeah.
It was really, kind of on par with like the FP or something,
Yeah.
maybe.
It's difficult when it's late and it's subtitled. If you start
And
nodding off,
they didn't really get too explicit. It was
Yeah.
more like, like this is more conceptual than, like actual.
Yeah.
A lot of the contests, the Olympics or whatnot, international competition was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, the penis competitions.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're making me remember some shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not
Well,
going to say it, but
yeah.
man, it was kind of funny, and a couple. I had a few great moments of laughter, and then all right, let's move on. Let's make the story happen.
Yeah.
And what's the story? Penis fighting. Ah, Jesus Christ.
Oh well, this is the next day, and yeah.
Oh, Maldoror. Sorry,
yeah,
man. I'm just waking up. Like, you gotta give me like a 5-minute delay before I can absorb everything and process it. Sorry, Maldoror.
Okay. All right.
Especially in my current state.
Okay.
It's
oh well, actually, we are kind of at a point where we could adjourn for now and
what are we at?
do
Like 9:25?
do the second half of the festival, because this is about the halfway mark. Maldoror was the first film for me.
Of day 4.
Of day 4, day 5, right? Yeah.
I saw it was a late, long slot.
Maldoror. Yeah. You would not have wanted to. Yeah, you wouldn't have stayed awake at night during Maldoror. It's a slow burn, but yeah. But yeah, it might be a good idea to actually just go ahead and adjourn for now, and we will schedule a second Fantastic Fest recap.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's 8 days, so obviously there's going to be a lot.
All right.
And hopefully we can get Devin back on. That would be fun, like he was just getting warmed up. And then we had the echo chamber, so we'll work on it. We've got a lot of. That's the thing. We're all like halfway to fucking boomer over here. Like, how does it work? And then the thing.
Oh, Mick, did you get that thing?
Yeah.
Did you get the Doug episode queued up?
I did.
Oh yeah. You want to
did.
hear a snippet of the Doug? We're not going to get copyright hit, are we?
No, probably not.
All right. Sweet.
So at this point, this is when Doug's introduced. Like Ari just chiefed the bowl of moon rocks. He didn't know it was moon rocks, but he just fucking went at it, and now he's being introduced on stage at this point.
Does his blood pressure drop?
Mick, are you hearing it? We're not hearing
No,
it.
I'm queuing it up as we speak.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Gotta get the needle
I
in
was
the
waiting.
groove,
I was waiting on bated breath.
Smokey the Bear. That was my point. Also on the stage today, joining us, I'm going to jump around here because we've got 2 first-time guests I'm going to introduce next. This gentleman, I have not, to my knowledge, have we met before?
No, but I've watched you.
from afar.
Well, that's exactly what you want to hear from the director of Midsommar and Hereditary. It's Ari Aster, everybody.
Oh man, I loved Hereditary.
I just smoked weed back there, and I'm really regretting it. I only.
God damn it, Terry. Terry's back there, isn't he?
It wasn't my fault, though. It was not my fault.
I called you out right away.
Don't smoke pipes that you don't know what's in. You should ask before.
Always on my own. And so, anyway.
You smoked so quickly.
I'm 5 minutes in, and I just feel the snowball accumulating. Happy to be here.
Would you?
All right. Wow.
Do you think it's a good idea for people to watch your films while high?
Oh man.
Because I did, and I can tell you it's not. You have like this
Oh,
really
man.
paranoid first half, and then the marijuana wears off, and then everything comes crashing down.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you're going to be high for one of your films, like you should definitely be like on an edible that's gonna like maybe last, like hit you and last, or maybe
But yeah, so that's pretty much it.
and then
I
and
got
then-
Ari Aster
and then
really,
last
really, really
rest day.
stoned
What is
on
this
accident.
about like a long?
Yeah. Ari Astronaut. Am I right? Sorry.
There you go.
And so now the creepy part is he watches me on Instagram. Like he never posts anything. He never likes or anything, but every time I go to my stories,
Lurker.
every now and then I just see him lurking, and his name always appears on top of everybody else's. It just says,
Well,
Ari
that's
Aster
cool, though,
watches.
you know, man.
And it creeps me out because I think he's trying to get me back one day.
Hey, well, maybe he'll get you back by casting you.
I wish.
Captain Obvious. Thank you. It's
Yeah.
Getch. No
Yeah.
R.
That's all right. We'll pretend you're Canadian.
Well, I'm Minnesotan by birthright.
Close enough. Close enough. All right. Well, there's still like a lot of great freaking movies that we haven't gotten to yet. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot. But this was a lot of fun, and thank you guys so much for coming aboard. And you will definitely all get an invite when we reconvene for the second half of the festival. Fantastic Fest 2024, Total Recall. Any parting words? Any favorite lines from any of the movies we've talked about? Anything at all?
Hey, I just want to say I'm going to look at my schedule from the thing, and we'll see if I can recount some stuff from the upcoming second half stuff.
Outstanding.
I'll think about that.
Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us. And
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks
Hey,
for popping in.
Come back to
And,
part 2.
Yeah. Please come back
will.
for part 2 and stick around, guys. I'm gonna hit the end stream, but don't go anywhere. We're like
nice seeing you, Producer
we'll
T.
hang out. All
All
right.
right, later, guys. I got to get
Good
to my
night,
show.
everybody. All right.
Later on.
Good night. Thanks again for coming in.
The Wiz and the Jethrobot. Love y'all, Kevin.